Yeah, I can breathe.
All right, ready? Hit play. Three.
I'm going live. I'll make sure to share. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to IWC Coast to Coast. This is we're live, pal. And we're here watching SD Live. Uh, I'm here in San Francisco. Eddie Brock, of course, and my associate in crime, of course, on the other side of the world, Mr. JD, Joseph Davis.
How the hell you?
And we're here checking out SmackDown. This is our second chance to try to do something like this, and I think we're going to have some fun doing it. I think it's going to be great. So,
Well, I think it hinges on how well the show is.
right. Well, I mean, Raw wasn't that bad. I mean, there's been some actually good reviews about Raw, so, you know.
It was surprising. Yes, Raw was not bad.
Yeah. So I'm not
Not
complaining.
not great, not good, but not that bad.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get better. I guess the SmackDown show isn't going to be that bad either. Oh, man.
I still don't get the pancakes.
You also get the pancakes thing? The pancakes thing is over, that's why.
I understand it. I understand it's over, but I just never got it.
Mm.
I didn't get the cereal thing. I didn't get the I didn't get the whole. All right, I understood the ice cream thing because, like, you know, those WWF ice cream bars were actually good back in the day.
Right.
But I still never got the whole pancakes.
Hmm.
Maybe they haven't had pancakes.
I love pancakes. I haven't had pancakes in a long time either. Flapjacks.
I don't know. So how do you think Kofi's yes, listen,
We have a bit of an issue here, folks. Oh, here we go.
Now, everyone is well aware that this Sunday at Stomping Grounds, we will see one Kofi Kingston. I said, we will see one Kofi Kingston going up against Dolph Ziggler inside of a steel cage. But that's only if Dolph Ziggler makes it through your boy right here later tonight. But with that on the horizon, the New Day always likes to keep the show fresh for the people.
Yes. That actually reminds me of a pitch that I came up with for the final hour of SmackDown Live that I've deemed the Freaky Hour. Yeah. It involves a slip and slide. You, of course.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. A big that.
Thank goodness.
I want to hear more about the slip and slide.
No interest in the freaky hour.
Dolph Ziggler here and none of it, full speed ahead towards this Sunday.
Things are about to get very serious right now.
Typical New Day. Out here distracting everyone. All the smoke and mirrors in the world just to distract from what we all know from Super Showdown. Kofi, you don't deserve to be WWE champion. Kofi, in fact, without the New Day, you'd be nothing. Nothing. But Sunday, they won't be able to have your back, Kofi. They won't be there for you. And you're unable to stand on your own. You know what? Actually, the next time you go back to Ghana, the next time you make that trip, it's not going to be a celebration. It's going to be an apology tour. Because you're going to have to look every one of those people in their face, the kids, extended family, the fans all over the world. You're gonna have to look them in the eye and tell them when the cards were down and everything was on your shoulders and you were backed into a corner and you were locked inside a steel cage and you had to defend that title all by yourself. You failed. Pay attention, Kofi, because at Stomping Grounds, it will be me slamming your body into that unforgiving steel. It will be me grinding your face and hair and teeth into that steel cage. It will be me kicking ass and taking names. Kofi, it will be me.
Okay, so hold up. So you're out here talking to me about steel cages like I don't know? Is that what's happening right now, Dolph? Maybe you forgot about where this whole WWE Championship title journey began. It began inside a different cage, the Elimination Chamber. So I am fully aware of the brutalities that can and will occur inside the confines of a steel cage. And Dolph, I'm good with that. Because whether I pin you in the ring, or whether I climb over the top of the steel cage to the floor, or maybe I just hit you so hard upside the head with that Trouble in Paradise kick that I decide to Millie rock my way right out the front door. Regardless of how it happens, it will happen. I will beat you at Stomping Grounds. And I will remain your WWE World Heavyweight Champion! But that's Sunday. That's Sunday. We're going to get to Sunday. You need to be worried about tonight. Because tonight, my homie, my brethren, my brother, Xavier Woods, has been itching to pop you in the mouth just like he did at Super Showdown.
Kofi, I want you to pay close attention to what's about to happen to your buddy. Don't think for 1 second that I forgot about what Woods did to me at Super Showdown. If it wasn't for your buddies, I would be WWE champion right now. After tonight, he will never be able to help you again. But on to Sunday. You see, Sunday, Kofi. Sunday at Stomping Ground, all the positivity, all the bad inside jokes, all the fun laughs, the colors, the loudness, everything, all the pretending to be something you're not comes crumbling down when you're locked inside a steel cage with me. At Stomping Grounds, Kofi, you will no longer be WWE champion. Because it should have been me. It should have been me. It should have been me all along. And Sunday, it will be me.
Stomping grounds is going to be the proving grounds for Dolph.
Alrighty. You know what I'm enjoying? I'm enjoying that Dolph Ziggler is going through acting school while he's having time in Hollywood. Dolph Ziggler's amazing. The fact that Dolph Ziggler goes out of his way and tries to be an actor while he's actually saying these lines. I think I lost my pal, but I think he forgot he's on mute.
I was talking the whole time and I forgot it was on mute.
We're live, pal. We're live.
Oh, we're live, pal.
Jesus. Anyway, I'm all fucking dead air. Oh, what a hell of a show Dolph Ziggler put on.
Yeah, I was just like, Dolph Ziggler. Wow, he's really riveting.
I like Dolph Ziggler going through community theater. That shows dedication to his craft and how good he is. And
I know.
such.
And I'm like, yeah, he's like. That was.
But back on the show, I was. What's going on?
Oh wait, I forgot.
We don't have commercials.
Why the hell does Ziggler have a big American flag on him?
I don't know, because he's an All-American. But if you're a heel, you don't want a big American flag on your ass.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
I don't know. The only heels that had big American flags on their asses were the Rougeau brothers. But then they were worth it.
Maybe Dolph Ziggler is secretly a 4chan troll or something.
Yeah. He's Q. He's QAnon all the way.
Trust the plan.
It should have been me. I should be working for the White House.
Oh my god. Anyway, I was trying before I realized I was on mute and I forgot to turn the damn thing back on. I remembered what I was going to say. Listening to Dolph, I was actually trying to listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
I realized where I had seen these promos before.
Uh-huh. He saw those promos somewhere else, but I have no idea. Apparently, Skype sucks so badly that it just needs to shut down on us. I have no idea why, but, that's just the breaks, I guess. Folks, this is all live. We can't figure anything out. So, we're just going to do like the three guys in the middle there. Blow on our horns and do as much drugs as we can while we try to figure all this stuff out. I'd say this is a disaster stream, but no, I can't see why. Because, it's just something to talk about, right? And it's wrestling. Honestly, I like Dolph Ziggler. I liked him for a long time, and the fact that he's being treated the way he is kind of makes me sad. So, also I like Kofi Kingston. This is really, really good. This is really good how good Kofi Kingston and everyone else is doing, I guess that sound means that he's trying to come back online. Oh, there we go. Let's see if he picks up. Let's see if it goes all the way through. Sal's Pizzeria.
How you doing?
We're live, pal. Second time that joke comes along.
It's gonna work out, it's a show branding.
Absolutely. See, this is how you know it's raw and real, baby.
Because nothing works. Like last night, I'm continuing to broadcast from my shack in the middle of nowhere, like Krusty the Clown.
Mm-hmm.
Still working with that little 8-watt transmitter.
Which is sad because I'm the one that's streaming everything. Oh my goodness. Anyway, me and the folks were just talking about how good Kofi Kingston has been through this whole thing. Surprisingly enough, he hasn't really been buried as hard as you'd think.
I know you would think a Dolph Ziggler feud would kill anyone, but no, the crowd still love Kofi, which is a testament to Kofi.
Absolutely. We give it up to Kofi Kingston. Thank goodness we have somebody here that's going to like hold the fort together.
Now, before we lost our connection with the Tricom satellite and everything.
Oh, our helicopter's down is what you're saying?
It's like that episode. It's like Coast to Coast years ago when somebody was supposed to call up from Area 51 and then the entire network got taken off the air.
Right.
I was trying to say, I remember where this Dolph Ziggler, is a small town dinner theater acting is coming from.
Right. Where?
There was the episode of South Park where they did wrestling and it was like supposed to be an opera.
Oh yes, yes.
If you watch, any of the promos that any of the guys did, the kids did in that episode, you watch one of those and then tell me Dolph Ziggler is not emulating that.
Probably.
It should have been me.
It should have been me. I don't know how he's gonna get over like quoting the Backstreet Boys. Or no, NSYNC. I'm sorry. Boy, that fucking buried me.
Same time frame. For Vince being 20 years off with a modern music, that's not too bad.
No, not at all. All right, let's get back to this match.
Yeah. We go back to playing. Just imagine in another 20 years, a 90-year-old Vince, he's still in charge, and he's like, all right, what's all this Korean pop I'm hearing about?
What's this BTS I've been hearing so much about? Gangnam Style? What the hell?
Oh, I love this song.
Wop, wop, wop.
Actually, there's a song that's all about that Vince would probably break him if he ever watched. It's Psy. He has a song called Daddy or something.
Daddy?
And yeah, Daddy. It's all about his father or something.
Oh, okay.
And Vince would probably go into hysterics if he was watching. Like, my daddy never loved me.
My daddy never loved me too, Psy. Me and you have something in common, brother.
Yeah, this is a nice back and forth match. It's just Ziggler as a wrestler, I do not care about.
I was just saying that I care about him. It's just that he's been put in so many awkward, horrible positions for the past couple of years that it's really hard to really back him for anything.
Here's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh, look, Kevin Owens. You're right. I'm doing editing here, and I'm like completely forgetting that there's a match going on. Oh, look at this. They're beating the hell out of the New Day. I like this whole beating the hell out of the New Day thing. Nothing makes Big E seem like more of a threat than having his ass kicked every week after coming back.
I know. And all right, I'll give Ziggler a great jumping DDT.
Very. Oh my goodness, kicked out.
It's just too bad it's not a finisher.
I was an asshole maybe about 10 years ago. I'm looking at Charles Robinson right now kicking Kofi out.
Yeah.
Right? I was such an asshole. I had just gotten picked up someplace in Iowa for a show. And I thought Iowa was what, because from California you're like, I'm going to be leaving, right? I'm going to go to Iowa and wrestle. Right? But I felt like I was hot shit because I got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
To wrestle someplace. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll do this. And so I'm going to go to Iowa and everything. And I get to Iowa, and there's a SmackDown going on in Iowa. And I go to the show with some friends of mine, and we get there early. And Charles Robinson is talking to an agent or something. And me being just the complete dick that I am, I just walked up to him. Hey, little Nate! God.
And did he punch you in the face?
Dude, he looked at me like I want to fucking beat the shit out of you. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, Little Nation's not one to trifle with.
No. But I was just like, this was just like stupid. This is dumb wrestling stuff when you just get into the business because you think that you're hot shit now that you're part of something, right? And you think you can just walk up to people and be all, hey, like they're your old fucking buddies, like your old friends and everything else. Like, no, nobody knows who the fuck you are. What the hell? Who the hell are you? Embarrassed the hell out of me.
I love Little Nate, though. I mean,
he's one of the best. I loved him. That's the reason why I did it. It was like a term of endearment for me. But I mean, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way with trying to deal with how the wrestlers and how to deal with talent and everything. Especially if you are a wrestler, you come off like more of an asshole. Because you know the secret handshake, but instead you'd rather fucking, hey, part of the Illuminati, eh? Oh, you're part of Skull and Bones? Me too. I was like Homer with the fucking Stonecutters. Criminy. How's this match going? Still in commercial. Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. I'm gonna go to Universal Studios Florida.
I already watched it on YouTube. It's all right, I guess.
It seems like a fun thing. Apparently, I just found this out, that there are movie theaters now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That have rumble seats.
Ah, yes, the old rumble seat technology.
Right, they have rumble seats. But I'm like, what movie would you watch that has rumble seats? And then I found out that it's Godzilla has rumble seats and Toy Story 4 has rumble seats. I'm like, I want to go see Godzilla with rumble seats.
Wait. Why would Toy Story 4 need rumble seats?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I wouldn't pay $23 to go see Toy Story 4 and rumble seats. Why would you need that? But Godzilla, yeah, I'd go see it with rumble seats.
Well, what is it? United Artists, Regal, they have this thing called RPX.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know what the hell it is. It's just an excuse for them to charge like another $5 for a show or whatever, right?
Right, another $20.
Yeah, I remember we saw me and my brother. We went to go see Man of Steel and RPX. We didn't realize there was an RPX showing.
Right.
Me, my brother, and my father, and we're watching it. And it's like, why the hell is this so damn loud? And oh, this is why it's so damn loud. Like you felt every explosion. It was just like boom. Like,
why in the hell are we continuing to see this? Boom.
Ooh, nice headshot there.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'll give it to. Uh-oh. Wait. Come on.
That's all right. The
The
best part about Ziggler though is the fact that he can still sell like $1 million.
Oh.
Oh, boo. We lost our stream, folks.
Oh, no, we're good.
Yeah. Just gotta remember where we left off. I like this system a lot better.
Yeah, we're right around here. Give or take.
I mean, the commercial's back.
Yeah, so this RP, so this rumble seat tech. I mean, that shit's been around since the 50s. We're like, we got to come up with every little gimmick possible. Like, because this TV thing, people who's gonna want to go see the movies and stuff.
Right. But why in the world would you want to go see a movie nowadays? It costs $25 to go see it. That's why I was interested to go see rumble seats. Like, rumble seats would get me to the movies if there was more movies that allowed me to have more rumble seat action. That's where we left off.
Yeah, that's where we left off.
What a hell of a kick! I love how Ziggler hits that table.
Well, Dolph has to oversell everything.
That's what makes him great, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he stands out by overselling everything. It's almost Shawn Michaels-like in a way.
Nice lung blower there by Xavier.
Yeah. I like it when Xavier tries to show off a little bit of his strength. Like, he's such a I don't want to say he's a background character now. I mean, Big E is such a demanding figure, and Kofi's a champion. So Xavier's the one that's like, a little bit in the background. You know,
He's
um,
workhorse.
yeah, Buddy Roberts.
He's the Buddy Roberts of the group.
Yeah, but
Hopefully, just not as drunk.
but I like Xavier too. I liked Xavier in TNA. I thought he was really, really underappreciated there. I mean, I really didn't know how to do much with him. I mean, he's a small guy and all, but
That's the entire company. That's TNA's entire existence. Somebody was at TNA. Oh, they didn't really. He was underappreciated in TNA. They didn't really know what to do with him. I could write. There's gonna be entire encyclopedias on just like year by year of people who were in TNA and they were underappreciated and never used.
let alone get. But here's the thing: I bet you Xavier Woods got paid, unlike a lot of TNA guys
Or girls.
or girls.
Apparently, Scarlett Bordeaux got released from TNA, so she's gone.
She's gone now. I hope this isn't because of the incident with the fan and all.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It had more to do with
Nice. There's that zigzag I love, which is gonna fucking destroy someone's neck one day.
this is Japan. We don't land on our heads.
But now she's gone.
No, she was complaining. Well, not complaining. I mean, you would think that you sign a contract with somebody, you make some sort of living wage or something.
You'd think that, yeah.
But
But TNA still isn't paying a living wage.
yeah, TNA doesn't have that kind of money.
See, you keep saying because folks, later on he's going to go into this ROH rant, which I'm going to have nothing to do with. But you keep on saying how you want the cons to buy out ROH. They should just buy out Impact and make it like their online show. Make it like their online AEW show.
Corporations just don't think. I mean, if it was me, if I had the cons kind of money, I'd be like, how much? I would literally be James Park Cannonball Run 2. How much?
I got a checkbook in my hand and a pen in my pocket.
Oh no, I'd be handing out stacks of cash. You got to do stacks.
Oh, you got to do cash. It's a cash business for you.
It's wrestling, of course. It's a cash business.
Okay, it's cheaper that way too. It's cheap. It's like buying a house. It's like,
Come, buy yourself a decent clothing store.
yes.
I love Cannonball Run 2 way before The Good Place ever made that a joke. So if I ever found myself in the medium place and all I had to watch was Cannonball Run 2, I would be rather happy.
Christ. Just over and over again, Cannonball Run 2. That's all it would be for you, wouldn't it? All would make you happy.
It's... How can you not love a movie with Dom DeLuise?
I can't. I love all Dom DeLuise movies.
No, the movie Fatso, that one hits a little too close to home.
That's hard to take in, yes.
Yeah. I remember watching that movie I remember the first time I ever watched that movie and I was like, oh my god, this movie is depressing. Because I literally am that character.
Oh, criminy.
Seth is complaining about something.
Seth is on the mic talking about how he's going to beat everybody that tries to sign up for being the special referee. Which ultimately stands out to the two people who should be the special guest referee. But what I don't understand is, so he goes on basically an assassin spree, right, throughout Monday Night Raw. How is he the babyface? By taking out every single person on the roster?
Shades of Grey.
With a chair, no less? I mean, remember that episode of Raw where Austin came in after every match and just stunnered the hell out of whoever the hell was in the ring?
I mean, I kind of...
If Seth did that, it would work out.
Poor Elias. He is too good for them.
Mm.
last month when he went electric at the pay-per-view, I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest. This is Bob Dylan going electric. This is the greatest moment of in our generation. And they did nothing with it, just as he expected they would.
Which is sad because the WWF used to be able to do stuff like that all the time. Oh man.
Or EC3 there. It's like, oh my god. You know,
I feel so sorry for EC3.
who would ever guess that staying in Impact would actually be a better option?
Mm-hmm. Where they don't pay you.
They don't pay you. They don't really use you, or if they do use you, it's terrible. But at least you don't come to an existential nightmare that the WWE is.
Right. You don't look into the void.
I mean, you see EC3. You just look at it. You can look into those eyes, and you're just like, you can see like, I made a horrible mistake.
I made a terrible mistake.
If I just waited a couple more months, I could have went with the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. I could have been bought out by the cons.
Now we got everyone wanting a shot at the 24/7 title.
No, of course. Why are they hanging out by Baron Corbin's office?
Oh, okay. These people want to be. These people are inquiring about being the special referee.
Why are they doing that?
So you want to take a guess who gets beat up with a steel chair tonight?
Uh-huh.
We got Shelton Benjamin and the B Team. The B Team were another tag team that the WWE stumbled upon.
Mm-hmm.
It was a joke that shouldn't have worked, but it did. It got over. And
hey,
look, it's Matt Hardy.
Hey, it's Matt. He looks good. He's starting to look more and more like. He comes to my head, but then he's gone.
How
Robert Smith.
Oh, Robert Smith from The Cure.
But like young Robert Smith, of course.
Oh yeah. It would be that actually would be pretty funny if it was current Robert Smith. He's just his hair is all stringy and he's like his face is like all puffy and everything. He's like,
right.
It's Monday.
Why do they? Okay, so why do they pretty Nikki up on SmackDown but leave her plain on Raw?
Oh, they didn't really. I gotta switch over for thing here.
Yeah, let's hear how this goes.
I realized I can just pause one thing and pause another.
Yes.
But the reason why, I don't know. They just they really don't know what to do with Nikki Cross. It should not be that difficult to book a crazy chick and just goth her up and everything. But
nope.
All right, there we go. Let's see what they're gonna do.
The goddess, Alexa Bliss.
This Sunday, streaming live on the WWE Network, it's time to kick ass and take names at the Stomping Grounds pay-per-view, where Raw's Alexa Bliss challenges Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Nikki Cross is back.
I just wanted to say I cannot stand that tagline. It's time to kick ass. It's Stomping Ground. It's time to kick ass and take names. It's like, it's just like that was like the one that they tested too with all their market research people. It was like, oh yeah, this is acceptable. This is acceptable. Kick ass and take names. Yes, it is.
Kick ass and take names.
Kick ass and take names. Just like
that Roddy Piper movie.
Uh-huh. I just can't. The more I hear it, I'm glad this pay-per-view is a one and done like Great Balls of Fire. All right, back to the show.
This Sunday.
Thank you, and welcome my very special friend who will be in my corner at Stomping Ground on Sunday, Nikki Cross. Now, my guest tonight is none other than the SmackDown Women's Champion, but before we invite her out here, where's my coffee? Coffee!
Forget the coffee. How about the SmackDown Women's Champion? Maybe Bayley's going to bring the coffee. Yeah, I think not. See?
It's like a clairvoyant or something.
What encouraging, Tom. kind of rude to drink from a cup that you're going to give to somebody else. I mean, it's actually kind of funny if you think about it. No.
That's good. That's good. Drinking my coffee. Why am I not surprised? See, Nikki, I told you. Selfish and takes things that doesn't belong to her.
Nikki, don't look. I've never once said anything bad about you. I've never tweeted anything about you. I would never do that. But I'm sorry that I have to be the one to tell you that.
Sorry that you stole my coffee, or sorry that you crushed Nikki's dreams at being a tag team champion. You pick.
No. I'm sorry that I have to be the one to tell you that Alexa really isn't your friend. She's just using you.
You hear that? You hear that, Nikki?
Hear what?
Oh, you want to do this? We can actually do this.
Alexa, look, I've had enough. I'm tired of you talking behind my back. I'm tired of you talking behind everyone's back. And if you have a problem with me, I'm standing right here, and I dare you to say it to my face.
Fine. I'll say it. It's because I know the real you, Bayley. I do. You know, when I first started in NXT, I saw right through you. Because every other woman in the locker room was so mean to me, acting to me like I was so undeserving of being here, no matter how hard I tried, made me feel like I didn't belong. So I tried turning to the nice person in the locker room, you, and even you made me feel worthless. The only person that had the time of day for me or was even nice to me was Charlotte. And now you come out here with your Bayley buddies dressing like you work at Forever 21, telling all the fans, I'm just like you guys, living my dream. In reality, Bayley, you're not this innocent act. You're not a hugger. You're a liar.
There you go, classic Alexa, making up scenarios that have never happened. And you're doing to Nikki the same thing that you did to Nia Jax, the same thing that you did to Mickie James, and I have never lied to you once. You just can't handle the truth. And the truth is, you're not some goddess. You're just an entitled little princess that doesn't deserve a damn thing.
Bayley, I'm not entitled. I'm just better than you. And I always have been better than you. I have a natural gift for this. What, because I don't imitate my heroes in the ring and I don't wait after the show for an autograph from John Cena means I'm entitled?
Please! Are you kidding me? You latch on to every single person that you get a chance to try to get ahead. I've never needed a single person to succeed. I've never needed anyone but myself. And I am the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Bayley, you're a placeholder. And Sunday...
Placeholder?
Yes, and you will always be a placeholder. And you want to know why? Because you peaked in NXT. And the one person that you found so undeserving is the one person who's actually living out the career you always wanted.
Whoa! Bayley's heard enough. The Goddess with some biting words for the champion.
And Bayley not waiting for Sunday at Stomping Grounds. Now Nikki Cross trying to pry off Bayley.
Get off her! Get off her! You're resentment! Last thing you're resentment! You're resentment the last thing! You're resentment! She's resentment!
Oh, Bliss.
Situation cuts deep between Alexa Bliss and Bayley. It all comes to a head.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That was absolutely fantastic.
That was probably the best women's promo, or hell, best promo that anyone in WWE's done in years.
Thank goodness too, because I needed something to make me give a crap about the pay-per-view coming up on Sunday, which I completely had forgotten about, by the way.
Apparently, no one gives a crap about the pay-per-view.
Right.
apparently morale is very low. Apparently, according to some quote unquote insiders, they're saying that this pay-per-view has the feel of the old In Your House pay-per-views from the mid '90s.
Great. That's exactly
Just like-
what we need to hear.
You know, just like, oh, we're doing a pay-per-view, it's done. You know, like, who cares? You know, it's just a show to do.
Just need to make sure the pay-per-view happens. It's a month of the year, and you need to have a pay-per-view summertime.
While all this was happening, Apollo Crews was getting beat up by Andrade.
Oh, by the way, Selena Vega looks fantastic tonight. And of course, Chad Gable. I found out this was Chad Gable. I thought that Simon Dean had come back.
Chad Gable's a stalker for some reason.
Chad Gable is a meticulous grading stalker.
He's giving that's his work rate ratings. Oh, this beat down 2.75.
2.7. they turn him into. As you can tell, I took a hit while Bailey and Alexa were doing their thing. He's going to be the Dave Meltzer of the WWE now.
And actually,
giving his own star systems, his own star ratings.
You know who I thought was in the front row? I thought a hat guy from ECW, the ECW arena.
It's Sacramento.
I know, but it's like, what the hell? He's not. This isn't Philadelphia.
So as you see on the website or our stream, we have a picture of both Bailey and Alexa.
Yes, we do.
They look absolutely fantastic in both. So the big question is, folks, which one do you believe is probably the hottest?
Oh, without question, it's Bailey.
It has to be Bailey. But Alexa looks fantastic in that getup. I absolutely loved what she wore on Monday. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, man. So what is this? This is the B team versus who? Heavy Machinery. Otis! Our boys. I guess that's the reason why the Planet's tag team was sitting in ringside.
Because Heavy Machinery are facing Brian and Rowan at the pay-per-view this Sunday.
Ah, okay.
And Brian's whole thing is, he's like, well, we don't know if they're really worthy of a tag team title shot because they're not serious wrestlers.
Well, of course not. And look at them. I mean, they obviously are drinking motor oil and rubbing steaks all over their bodies.
Ah!
Lost the stream again, folks. What a fantastic segment that girl segment was.
I know, it's just like, it's amazing what you can do if you have the material and people to pull it off.
Mm-hmm. I like how Nikki was just like taken aback by all this. She'd never seen any of this before. She'd never seen. And I also liked how they tried to shoot. Like they tried to shoot. It was shooting with like we used to say back in the day, shooting with pop guns.
Yeah, it was like they were taking some light shots at each other.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing missing from that whole thing would have been Alexa taking a shot at Sasha.
She did. She took a shot at Sasha.
Oh, did she? I wasn't sure.
Yeah. How she wasn't appreciated by the head people backstage and everything. That was Sasha.
Yeah,
she didn't say her name, but
Sasha and Alexa don't like each other.
No.
Because
they're both alpha bitches.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Daniel Bryan was fantastic on commentary here. He was going off about how when Heavy Machinery came down to the ring, they're emulating the Bushwhackers because apparently the Bushwhackers are their favorite tag team, and he's like, did the Bushwhackers ever win tag team titles? No. Now if you want to, yeah, but and then Byron's like, but they're in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, but they still didn't win anything.
They didn't win anything.
Now if Brian says if you want to go on the network, go look up the sheep herders. That's who heavy machinery should be like.
Can you imagine Otis with a barbed wire batch? Can you imagine Otis eating a thing of barbed wire?
There was also a great. Corey had a great joke about how the guy who used to wave around the sheep herder's flag seems to have did pretty well for himself in life.
Hell yeah. Love you, Jack Victory. You're fantastic.
And Johnny Ace, he was talking about Johnny
Oh,
Ace.
okay. Yeah. There's Johnny Ace, too.
Oh, there he goes. He's firing up.
He's firing up. He's getting the motor running.
He's got his motor running.
Uh-oh.
And right now, Daniel Bryan was going crazy. He's on commentary. He's going crazy about why is he doing that with his hips?
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful toss right there by Otis.
He's just a brute.
His big thing, Bryan's big thing on commentary was like, oh, Otis, Tucker, he was an All-American wrestling in high school. Otis, he was Pan-American. He was like a Pan-American athlete and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you rely on this comedy bullshit?
There it is. There's the Caterpillar, which is a great name for something called heavy machinery.
Because you see, it's the name of a bulldozer.
Yes.
But Bryan put over the finishing move here. He's like,
of course, this is fantastic for two huge dudes.
I know.
Look at that.
I love Otis. I tell you, Otis versus Bryan is going to be the match. I could give me that match you give me a couple months to build that match from now to SummerSlam, and I'll get the network a half a million subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be like America versus Bryan's hippie socialist whatever.
Well, he's not essentially a socialist yet.
Oh, he's pretty.
Wait until he has a program with AJ. That's when they'll turn him socialist. That way AJ, because then AJ is like the gay community, and then
did they make a flat Earth joke last night on Raw? I seem to remember a flat Earth joke last night.
Here we go. Crack.
Seth.
It's Seth. What's Seth doing here?
Well, he's beating up anyone who might have inquired about being a special referee. For
That's right. I forgot about that. Good old Seth is taking matters into his own hands.
And we were going to get to it. There's two people that would only make the most interesting referees for this match. One is Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar would be the only person that would come off as not only impartial, but also would have a stake in wanting to be the special guest referee. He's the only person. He's the only person in the company, except of course
Becky Lynch.
If Becky Lynch becomes the special guest referee, all bets are off. And to be honest, I don't know why it hasn't happened yet. It should have happened when they put Seth in the ambulance and Brock Lesnar beat the crap out of Seth and everything, and they put him in the back of the ambulance. They should have had Becky Lynch shut the doors and then start heading over to the ring to confront Brock Lesnar after putting the man's boyfriend in the hospital.
You put the man's man in the hospital.
You put the man's man in the hospital. What the hell? And that's where she comes out and just paintbrushes Brock Lesnar across the face.
I honestly don't think they want to ever do it because they know, one, if they do that, they'll have a woman as the top star of the company.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people in the company who are just like, we can't allow that to happen. It's like,
but she's linked to the world champion. It has to be that. That's the thing.
Like last night, they had that huge brawl on Raw where everyone was coming. It's like, where the hell was if Becky came out and started cleaning? It's like, this company they have a chick make too much money and they don't want to do it.
Exactly. That's what makes them absolutely ridiculous. Because that's all everyone wants. They just want Becky, and if you're gonna have Becky and Seth, and you're going to acknowledge the fact that they're dating and everything, which is fine, I don't mind. But if you're gonna do that, let's have them be the power couple that they should be. They should be fucking Shane Douglas and Francine. where Becky goes out and causes trouble with some guys, and Shane Douglas has to come out and fix it up, but he doesn't mind because he's the fucking franchise.
You want to hit with Aleister
I don't want to hear Aleister Black's promo. I'm tired of Aleister Black fucking yelling at the TV screen for someone to fight him. I'm tired of this. Can we just give him a gimmick where he can get a match?
Let's just put him and Selena together.
Yeah, please. Or
they're great. They're great. They're a great cute couple together. It's like I love watching the videos where it's like it's them. They practice kickboxing together. They
don't pause it. Just keep it playing. I don't want to hear it.
Oh. I was going on this point about how much I love Aleister and Zelina. The couple that does kickboxing and sparring together is the couple that stays together.
Exactly. And the fact that, okay, so Aleister has this great gimmick of being, I don't know if it's actually a satanic gimmick or not, but he has a great gimmick of being, like, evil, which is great. And when you're evil, then you can control people because you're evil. And it'd be even great because we can have Andrade and Aleister Black be a couple, and Selena tries to go into Aleister Black's territory. Why is Aleister Black trying to play a positive Satanist?
Because they don't know what to do with him.
I don't want Aleister Black to play a positive Satanist. Can we just...
Vince, you know what it is? Vince took one look at all the tattoos and he's like, so what the hell is he supposed to be? Is he like a biker or something?
And no, Aleister Black has told Vince that he's a Satanist. He walked up to Vince. He was like, "No, Vince, I'm not a biker. I'm a Satanist."
I would love, if that really happened, I would love to have been. That's something that should be on 24/7.
Right.
A day in the life of Aleister Black, and he has to go up to the boss and explain to him what it is to be like a Satanist.
And you want to know something? Like Vince, the minute he told Vince, "I'm a Satanist," that's when, oh sweet Christ, that's when. Good. I think I sent you the other link for the rest of it.
Yeah, you did.
To keep going. But the best part is that because Aleister Black told Vince that he's a Satanist, more than likely, Vince now has a Satanist on board, and he can do something with that. And I know Vince wants to do something with that, but how do you get a Satanist over as a good guy? Because people cheer for this guy because he's so athletic and so, he's doing a bunch of babyface shit when he's not a babyface.
It's a novel concept. It could work, but maybe not make the Satan thing part of the important part of his gimmick. It's just something he doesn't. It's private. It's private.
His off time.
Yeah.
I sacrifice virgins on my off days. No big deal.
It was
Oh my God.
Now I was just thinking about it. If they did get Zelina and him together, I just want to. Would it be too much to have her do a Santeria thing?
That's what I'm saying. Aleister Black and Andrade are having a feud together. This is okay. Now I'm just gonna go into fucking fantasy booking now, because we have Shane and Drew and everyone. And I really don't want to hear Shane McMahon do a cut of promo. I really don't care. I don't want to hear Shane McMahon put himself over the whole company. I'm glad. I want Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns to actually get something, not just this Stomping Ground pay-per-view. I want there to actually be a real feud.
In typical Shane fashion, by the way, he got the living shit beat out of him last night, and of course he can still do the Shane McMahon shuffle.
Of course, because he's Shane McMahon. He has superhuman healing abilities. This dude falls off of cages on the biggest show of the year.
He was in a helicopter that crashed into the ocean. Of course he can take a Roman Reigns spear.
Exactly. So fuck this. I'm gonna go do my fantasy booking. So
the poor ring announcers. I
gotta do the whole fucking best in the world thing again. So Andrade and Aleister are feuding, right?
Right.
And Alistair's like getting a little bit of the best of Andrade, but Andrade is like starting to pick up a little bit. And you give them a best of 7 series. The whole time, Zelina Vega thinks that she can, entice Aleister Black. Not to what do you call it? Not to lay down, but to, not to lay down for Andrade, but to loosen him up a little bit, right? And she tries to do the Sherry Martel gimmick, where she tries to get the warrior, where she tries to seduce the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah.
Right.
But Aleister, because he's Satan, does a reverse switch on her. And as Aleister and Andrade start going more and more into this best of 7 series, Zelina starts getting more and more into black magic stuff to try to get Aleister on her side. But Aleister is getting her to do shit that's going to have him control her. Right?
Right.
And so at the end of the best of 7, she switches. She turns on Andrade at the last bit, and Zelina Vega and Aleister Black are now a couple. I would make them heels. I would not make them baby faces. I would have them do some real heelish shit. And the best part is that I would make the heelish shit on Zelina Vega, because I would make Zelina Vega like Sherry Martel. Right? When Andrade loses, after Zelina Vega has betrayed Andrade and he loses the best of 7 series, right? Mm-hmm. Zelina Vega takes her shoe off and just starts beating the crap out of him and, just giving him the Martel business. Right?
Right.
And that's the switch. And so now Aleister is a heel, but he's not a hard heel, right?
Right.
But Zelina Vega is the hard heel. And she becomes Sherry Martel / woman.
I like it. I like anything that would involve a new Sherry Martel or something.
Right.
Sensational Sherry, when I was a kid, I was like, oh my god, this woman is so terrible and all this stuff.
The sensational queen.
And then you look at it today and it's like, oh my god, she was amazing.
She was unbelievable. I can't believe that they haven't figured that out, that Zelina Vega is absolutely perfect for that role.
By the way, on the show, they're replaying Roman Reigns beating the shit out of Shane last night.
Yeah, well, you know what? At least I got all that last night. At least there was all of that last night that I'm happy about.
Literally, this should have been the match in Saudi Arabia, by the way.
Exactly.
This should have been the match to get in Jeddah where, bell rings, Shane runs around best he can to try to get away from Roman. Then he gets caught, and Roman beats the piss out of him, and then 1, 2, 3, it's over.
Right.
But instead, we had to have Shane versus Roman in a competitive match.
For some reason. I don't know why we needed a competitive match between Shane McMahon and Roman Reigns. The same way I don't know why we need a competitive match between Shane McMahon and The Miz.
Because that's the feud everyone was asking for.
Right. But I was thinking, but that's my fantasy booking for Zelina Vega and Aleister Black, and if you wanted to, you turn Andrade face by having him wear a mask, and he becomes a superhero trying to reconvert Zelina. And then you have a whole comic book series based on it that you guys can sell. And you have a whole bunch of, it's a love story. It'll be perfect for you guys.
Oddly enough, they recently just shut down the WWE comic book.
Oh, well.
They were doing some weird stuff in that comic book. They were doing all this kind of backstory stuff that you don't even get on television. And they were doing it all in the comic books and stuff. I haven't read one, but I read a couple of synopsises. And
I want to read a couple of these comic books now because
Yeah.
I want to know if they clear up some things. I hate that I need to use supplement material. That's how you know that this stuff sometimes is badly canonized. But if there's supplement material that like makes this stuff easier to digest every week, I'll take it.
the hell, I'll read. Like if I have to, all right. So we have to read this information to find out why we're supposed to root for Miz as a plucky babyface.
Right.
No.
Because I remember hating him when he was fighting with Daniel Bryan, but now I'm supposed to hate Daniel Bryan and like The Miz. And the only reason why I like The Miz is because he was linked with Shane McMahon, but now I hate Shane McMahon.
Amazing how things work like that, isn't it?
I don't understand. The only reason why I'm supposed to like The Miz is because I like Shane McMahon. But I'm not supposed to like Shane McMahon anymore. I hope a comic book really does figure this whole shit out. Anyway, so yeah, there you go, kids. That's how you fantasy book. That's how you book wrestling.
It's really not that difficult.
No, it really isn't.
The WWE makes it seem like it's difficult, but like it's not really.
And for everybody that wants to like go to people and go like, well, you don't understand the intricacies, and that's not weekly booking. And of course, it's not weekly booking. But I just planned out a seven match tournament or a 7-match competitive thing, right?
So that should last at least 2 months.
That's 2 months of material.
Oh, the WWE would do it in one.
Yeah, they would. They would Raw, SmackDown, Raw. They'd probably try to throw one on main event too. They would do the same thing they did with the Benoit and Booker T one, and they like count house shows. But then they have to erase it when they turn the title back and forth.
Here's R-Truth.
Oh, hey, it's R-Truth. That's how you know how boring this whole thing is with the Miz and Shane. Is now R-Truth just had to show up. Thank goodness for R-Truth, because he really does make the show a lot more lively.
Yeah, he has taken what should have been a stupid thing, and he's made it into his own.
Right. And you want to know something? I mean, that just shows the talent that R-Truth has always had. And again, I don't want to go back to how shitty TNA used to be, but they had R-Truth.
He was the first Black NWA World Champion.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you look at I mean, yeah, okay, sure, they're treating him like a ditz and everything, but that doesn't mean. But R-Truth pulls it off.
Well, apparently now we're getting a random R-Truth and Miz tag team match.
Oh, great! Against him and Elias.
Remember a few years ago, R-Truth and the Miz were like they hijacked Raw and they beat the crap out of DX or something at the end.
Yeah.
They were like the most there was like. They had the whole roster came out to attack him and everything because it was like, oh my god, what are you two doing?
There's a sorry, go ahead.
And then a month later they had them job to John Cena and The Rock at Madison Square Garden, Survivor Series for the hell of it. That was it.
They started the whole Yes movement.
Hold on a second, wait a minute. There's this video of Mr. Fuji.
Right.
There's a Fuji Piper match?
Yeah.
Why don't I remember that?
You gotta look for it. There's a Fuji Piper match. Not only that, but this is a Progressive insurance commercial. I wonder if you can insure your dog for Mr. Fuji. That's an old rib, folks.
Don't know what that is about. Just look up. There's horror stories about Mr. Fuji.
Back in the day, they used to do ribs, and Mr. Fuji once served ribs of a dog to a wrestler as a rib.
Job.
Huh?
It was Odd Job.
Oh, it was Odd Job from James Bond. I didn't know it was Odd Job.
Yeah, it was Odd Job from James Bond. He was apparently getting into wrestling himself, and Fuji had just to show him, how to put him in his place. So he fed his dog to him.
He had to put him in his place, so he fed his dog to him. Jesus Christ. I never heard it be told so callously.
Well, I was looking at it this way Mr. Fuji did it.
I'm sure he did. He was just cooking up that dog. Oddjob probably loved it. He was Korean, right? He probably loved the fucking dog.
I apologize for that comment, folks.
Oh, I'm just saying that, it's just a thing.
The Koreans finally banned that, by the way.
Thank goodness, because that was really disgusting of them to have that. However, I also wish that we would eat horse meat more than we would eat cows. Because it's leaner and actually better for you, healthy-wise, than beef. Horse is healthier for you than beef. But we're like, oh, we can't eat horse because it's a majestic animal. And did you ever watch Seabiscuit and Black Beauty and shit like that? And it's just like,
you know what it is? It's just because you're Peruvian and
what the hell does that mean?
You're Peruvian and you grill up some weird animals. You grill up, for Christ's sake, you people eat guinea pigs down there.
Don't knock until you try it, for one, all right? You have no idea how delicious fried guinea pig is when you're fucking at the edge of it. You want to know something? We make up over 50 different recipes for guinea pig. We're culinary geniuses. Anyway, that's number one. But two, don't be all white on me and fucking give me this whole person of color thing and, oh, you're Peruvian and don't give me this. If you're gonna defend the Koreans, don't fucking come at me for eating guinea pigs. They eat dogs, and you have a dog as a pet. And guinea pigs, they get lost and they poop everywhere, so no one minds if they go away or not.
That is just messed up. Speaking of messed up, I'm looking at the Miz. Does he look like he has jaundice?
I don't know. I guess my screen froze. I have it. Look, for me, it's Bret Hart still humping the back of Yokozina's ass.
Ah, yes.
I'll always remember WrestleMania 9 for that moment.
Having to get up those big ham hock legs of Yoko's to put the sharpshooter on him.
Right. Oh, there we go. Okay, it is The Miz versus Elias and Drew.
Anyway, yeah, like about 5 or 6 years ago, this is an arch for about 1 month, the most hated feared tag team in the WWE.
Absolutely.
And boy, the WWE just was like, no, and then they just, but they always did nothing.
That's exactly what the WWE does with great talent like this. However, you got to give it up for R-Truth. I mean, the guy's pushing like 54 now.
He's like 36, I think.
Yeah, he's getting up there in years, and yet, I mean, this is the best he's ever looked in his life. Really, I mean, even when he was NWA champion, he wasn't looking this good. And I like him. It's not even like a whole thing like you would think. I just like his character. It's fun. It's much more entertaining and much more standout than everyone else's.
This is true.
He stands out, which is why the 24/7 title really does fit for him.
I mean, the 27-4 title.
250624.
R-Truth did say it was the 27-4 title. What? I just have to defend this title 27 hours and 4 times a week.
That's exactly the road schedule they're on, too.
I know.
Jesus.
While we were in between all this, before the match started, they had a random segment with the Iconics who were sizing up AOP. So I kind of want to see the Iconics versus AOP now.
Absolutely.
And then Kairi Sane and Asuka with a Paige.
Asuka.
Because they're Japanese, so of course they need somebody to do the promos in English for them.
Of course.
And apparently the WWE is doing a show in Tokyo soon, and it's going to be the Iconics versus Kairi and Asuka, and if Kairi and Asuka win in Tokyo, they will get a tag team title shot.
Nice.
But while they were doing all that...
They got to go all the way to Tokyo in order to get the tag team title shot?
Right.
Jesus.
But while they were doing all that, all 4 of these guys were just standing on their respective corners of the ring, just like...
Waiting.
Just waiting.
Checking their watches.
Again, I wonder, why can't... If it's okay, you want to show the Iconics segment, fine. But why can't you show it until after this match? Hey, it looks like Elias.
Hey, Elias got the pin. Well, that was great.
He beat him with a jumping knee, I think.
Yeah. They kind of just need to finish that match. I think they were running late with the... there we go.
And Shelton Benjamin thinks that he's title.
He just ran away with the title. Why isn't he going up the ramp? Why is he going in circles? And why isn't somebody waiting for him at the back end?
Hey, it's Spanky. The referee.
Is it Spanky?
Yeah, Spanky. There's Brian Kendrick. The referee has to explain to him, no, you have to pin the champion first. And there, the Truth gets the belt back.
I'm still the champ.
See, in the first match they had with the 24/7 title, it was just like finders keepers. Whoever gets it first is the champion. And
But where was Seth Rollins to attack Shelton Benjamin for asking to be part of the referee? Oh, by the way, there was a match that's over. Wait a minute. This could happen. Wait a minute. They're still in the ring. I mean, they went to commercial, but they're still in the ring. 2 out of 3 falls!
I forgot. Shane McMahon declared earlier it was going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I completely forgot about that.
Because yesterday we were completely confused by every 2 out of 3 falls match that came on. That was fantastic, though. Every single match was 2 out of 3 falls yesterday.
You know, they're literally just throwing. They're just, the booking sheets or whatever just get thrown in the air and just like, the hell with it.
The hell with this.
I feel sorry for the writers. It's like, they try to put together a competent show, and they stayed up all night because Vince makes them work from. Yeah, everyone has to work the same hours Vince does, and apparently Vince works from like 8 a.m. to about now.
Perfect too. That's exactly what he needs to do.
So he's like, "Hey, if I can live on 4 hours of sleep, you can live on 4 hours of sleep." And so these poor people, they have to put these things together, make everything seem competent, and then Vince just goes, "No, do it again."
Forget it. Nope. Oh, man. Now look at this great match that's going on. This great 2 out of 3 falls match while this commercial's happening.
Apparently Child's Play is coming back out.
Ugh, I can't think.
I love Aubrey Plaza, but I don't think I can see her as the mom in that movie.
I don't want any more reboots now that Men in Black has been a complete and utter bomb. So let's get rid of reboots. Let's start actually doing stuff original. I'm tired of reboots.
I got a good idea. I'm working on it.
Yep. So am I. Anyway.
I like sequels. It's a remake, fine, but don't call it a reboot. If it's a remake, whatever. But I don't want to I hate things called sequels.
No reboots. You hate reboots.
Oh, whatever. Like
sequels are different.
Oh,
it's like sequels are Dumb and Dumber.
I never watched that one.
That never needed to happen. I did not need to see I did not need to know that 50-year-old Lloyd Christmas existed.
Oh, there, Miz using some psychology there, kicking poor Elias in the bad ribs.
Yeah. I don't know why Elias would go for anything on the top rope with bad ribs. Why is Elias still wrestling if he's so banged up? Look at his elbow, too. Everything's banged up on him.
Because there's no off-season, pal.
Because we don't give you insurance, pal.
Yeah. I mean, Miz, when he does all the Daniel Bryan spots, it's perfectly fine, but they should have had a match where, the winner gets to keep everything.
They really should have.
That would have been fun, like Bryan loses a match where he loses the kicks.
Right, and I know something. The best part about Bryan is that he's able to adapt much better than the Miz. So let Miz keep all these. Let Miz keep all of these. All these moves, these kicks, and everything.
I mean, the Miz, God bless him, he's perfectly great at what he does, but he's not. He's a WWE wrestler through and through, which means you have this certain move set and you never deviate from it.
Yep. Uh-oh. Raw's going to go to Everett.
Where the hell is Everett?
In Washington, so I guess that means Daniel Bryan is showing up in Everett.
Oh, yeah, well, they're in Tacoma for the pay-per-view, so...
Yeah. Wham, wham, wham. I don't know what that was. That was kind of odd. How could you do that with bad ribs?
So he didn't do it. Elias is one of the few people that still does the electric chair drop.
Yeah, but not with bad ribs.
Nice little Glasgow kiss there from Drew.
That vicious headbutt. Tag. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. R-Truth just ran off because he had a title to defend.
Because everyone suddenly decided, hey, we should go get the title.
Where's Roman?
Roman is on SmackDown, isn't he?
Yeah.
You forgot about that.
Roman just let Miz fucking get pinned.
I think they forgot about that too.
He didn't want anything. Roman wanted nothing to do with Shane. After Monday and kicking the crap out of him.
Poor Elias. he's like,
oh, jeez.
Jesus.
Yeah. Here we go. Now we gotta make sure to bury Miz a little bit. But I guess it's better to do this to Miz than doing it to Roman. You know?
Yeah.
Especially before the pay-per-view. And I don't think Miz has a match on the pay-per-view.
No, he doesn't. I don't think.
Yeah. So.
He lost last night, so yeah, he did not get the title shot against Samoa Joe.
Yeah, so him not having a match showed. I mean, this is much better than Drew beating up Roman and giving him the kicks, especially after last night.
I mean, it would be a hell of a feud with Roman versus Drew if they were continuing their feud from WrestleMania and they had their fight in Saudi Arabia and now they're going all over the place, whatever.
Right.
Who the hell? Shane. I like Shane, but I don't want to see him be the center of everything.
Right. He shouldn't be the one that gets all the heat. That heat needs to go exactly where it should go, and that's Drew.
Oh yeah, they're making us wait until the day of the show to find out who the special referee is.
Still should be Becky or Brock.
Because Corbin's a dick, so he would pick Becky.
Mm-hmm.
They're also
he picks Becky non-ironically. He's like, no, she'll be the one. She'll be completely impartial.
Allegedly, they don't know what they want to do for the main event. They don't know if they want to make it the Baron Seth match or the Steel Cage match.
It has to be.
It has to be the cage match.
Yeah, it has to be the cage match.
But knowing the WWE, they would actually put the cage match on first.
I totally forgot that it's a SmackDown. It's a SmackDown and a Raw pay-per-view. They're doing joint pay-per-views again, right?
Yeah, they stopped doing that a while ago. The two different. I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of a word for it.
Oh, look, it's Mandy and Sonya.
See, they have this is called cross promotion.
They have donuts.
Yes, they have a YouTube show where they go town when they're in every town. They eat donuts.
Why do they eat donuts?
Because the name of the show is Demandy's Donuts.
Demandy's Donuts.
Sonya's real name is Daria.
Right.
And Mandy is Mandy, so it's Demandy.
Demandy's Donuts.
And they go every town they're in, on tour or whatever. Go find a donut shop to rate the glazed donuts.
Huh.
Ember Moon ain't taking that shit from no one.
Absolutely, they don't take donuts from nobody.
This is actually this would probably be a pretty damn good match.
It would be a great match. I need something to do with. They need something to do with Ember Moon, and I wouldn't have Ember Moon go after Mandy right away. But Mandy or Sonya versus Ember would be great. So let's start getting that together, please. Something, please.
Mandy likes what she sees here.
Oh yeah.
Look at those eyes. She's looking at her like,
donuts.
He's looking at her like,
Yeah, you like to fill up my donut hole.
Why
are they talking? Why are they just having a conversation about the chair? What are they just? Oh, hey, remember I hit the guy in the chair? Oh yeah, remember that?
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was fantastic.
We did Firefly Funhouse. We did last night.
Yeah. I don't get how it's supposed to be for kids.
It's not supposed to be for kids.
But it's supposed to be for kids. Like, they're trying to make it seem like he's a child entertainment person, right?
Oh, I guess it's a subtle thing about how the WWE is PG. So
right. I get that.
PG.
I get that, but
it's like Goosebumps.
No, yeah, I get that, but it's also he's supposed to be trying to get the children, right?
Right.
So if he's still trying to get the children, how is scaring the crap out of them get the kids?
Because kids are stupid and they'll follow along.
I guess. I don't get how this gets over live. I can't imagine this gets over live. Everyone's just looking at the screen. Look at them. Just look at the screen. Just
they're just looking. They're just sitting there, just like.
What are we supposed to be doing here? Oh, we're looking at this. You can't get. It's not like watching on television. When you're watching on television, you could be invested on it. By the way, it froze.
Oh
wait, no, it's starting. It's trying to pick itself back up. But when you're watching on TV, you could be invested in the segment. But when you're watching it live, I can't imagine everyone going, "Look at the scary shit happening and everything." I can't see that happening.
See, if they were smart, which we know they're not.
It froze. You got to restart it.
Oh, 1 second. If they were smart, but we know they're not.
Right.
What they would have done is they would make a whole bunch of these Firefly specials for the network, and they would be like, after Raw, SmackDown, tune into the network to watch this.
That's true. You're absolutely correct on that.
Hey, Ramlin Rabbit, you're still there.
Look at them. The network. $9.99.
I want to
look at them. They're all just looking at it. They're just, how the hell do you get invested in this?
I really want to believe. What Lance Storm came up with. I want to believe. I want to believe this is all a subtle jab at the WWE.
It probably is.
This is
I read about that. That was pretty funny. What Lance Storm said.
Apparently, because the sign he put up this little sign on the door that says "Abandon all hope, ye who exit here." So, anyone who leaves the WWE is you're abandon all hope for whatever you think is going to happen in your career, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a Vince stall.
Rabbit's supposed to be Dean Ambrose because Dean Ambrose went on podcast and told everyone about how the company really is and stuff.
I thought the pig was supposed to be Dean Ambrose.
No, the pig is supposed to be Bray Wyatt when he was fat. Because basically, anyone who's fat in the company, Vince is like, well, I can make you a star, but look at you, pal.
You're a pig.
You're a pig. If you just learn how to eat, and get yourself into shape, I can do something with you.
Have you backed away from the trough every once in a while?
I guarantee.
Remember, this is for kids. All of this, for kids.
Or it could be that Bray. It also could be that Bray is just the new member of Slipknot.
Could be. That seems more plausible.
Well, there's a new mystery member of Slipknot where everyone's like, "Who's under the mask? Who's under the mask?" Well, Tom Savini designed the Bray Wyatt mask and the Slipknot mask, so it's entirely possible that Bray Wyatt is the new member of Slipknot.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, Truth is out in the driveway, the parking lot, and
Oh my God!
this is
It's
great.
Drake.
Drake is dressed up as Carmella. And here we go.
Oh my goodness!
Beat up.
1, 2, 3! Oh my God!
I just realized his fake tits popped out.
Drake Maverick bitches! That's all I wanted him to scream out. Just Drake Maverick bitches! He took my title.
He took my car. He took my title. He took my car.
Took my title.
Wait, I don't know if it was his car or it was the referee's car.
It was both their cars. They came in together.
That's my ride.
I love Sammy and Owens talking to each other. I have no idea what they said, but they're just talking to each other, just like, we're Canadian. Yeah, we're Canadian.
They could have entire conversations in French, and we wouldn't know what they would be talking.
Exactly. Because we're stupid Americans. So this is a tag match, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seth and Kofi against Kevin and Kevin and
Sammy.
Sammy, there we go. I clicked the name.
Yeah, this should be the main event, the steel cage match between him and Ziggler. There's been more hype to that more than Seth doesn't even have a match, does he?
At the pay-per-view?
No.
Yeah, he does. He's against Baron Corbin.
Oh, yeah. I apologize, folks. I'm stoned.
It happens to the best of us. Honestly, they don't even know what they're doing. They literally are like, they're just throwing this thing together. Like, they're just like, all right, look, we just got to do this. We just got to get through this show. All right, who gives a shit what happens?
Absolutely. Let's just finish this.
That literally is their line of thing. They're like, we just got to do this show. Who cares? We just got to survive through Sunday. Then it starts all over again on Monday.
Mm-hmm. I think Seth needs a better weapon. Like, he needs a more definable weapon. I get the chair and all, and chair is a good weapon and all, but he needs a more defined. He needs like a kendo stick or something.
Well, we can't use baseball bats.
I don't know why. Baseball bat would be great for him.
And sledgehammers are kind of somebody else's gimmick.
Oh, damn it! That's right. I forgot. Sledgehammer would also be good for Rollins.
Maybe not a sledgehammer. Maybe a ball-peen hammer.
Yeah, something. It needs to be something like that, though. It needs to be a weapon of some sort.
I did for the old LLP Fed. I wrote this thing where I did this big. I was under a gimmick, a mask and everything, and finally it comes time for the big reveal, and I hit him with a hammer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like you'll pull off, and it was me, Austin. It was me all along. Yeah,
it was me, Austin.
It was me, Austin moment all. And then I did this promo about how $15.95, right? Or whatever, how much ever it was. I looked it up on Home Depot's website.
Right.
The best $15.95 I ever spent was for this hammer because when I smashed it into your face and I felt the bone and the steel hitting each other, it's just like that was money worth well spent.
They say red makes green. Well, Kevin's ripping up a sign.
That's old school. No one does that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to make kids cry now.
Don't make kids cry. Don't be a bad guy. I know you worship Satan, but you have to be a good guy. Oh wait, we're not talking about him anymore. We're talking about Kevin Owens. I know you're Canadian, but don't be a bad guy.
Yeah, we don't hold that against you.
Mm-hmm.
They're French Canadian at that.
Or French Canadian, which is even worse.
I know.
Because French Canadians hate. They're just pompous asses.
Regular Canadians hate French Canadians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes in the movie ever is from the movie Canadian Bacon, and Dan Aykroyd pulls over John Candy and everyone because they have all the anti-Canada graffiti on the garbage truck.
Oh my gosh! Thunder and Pillar Ice already. 2, 3.
Hey, that's not a bad deal.
Wow. Oh my goodness! Is this a 2 out of 3 falls?
Yeah, this is 2 out of 3 falls. More matches should end while I'm talking about bullshit.
I want more 2 out of. I like this 2 out of 3 falls gimmick that we got going on now in the WWE.
Right? Bam!
This is much better than any of the wild card crap that they've been pulling.
They're on a 2 out of 3 falls kick now. Vince is like, all right, we'll give those wrestling people something.
Something off. I can do something. We'll give them longer matches. This is his idea of longer matches. This is 2 out of 3 falls matches. They're still 5 to 10 minutes long.
But if there's 2 matches if there's 2 falls, then it counts as 2 matches.
Right. We're giving them more matches. Who thought 2 out of 3 falls was a good idea? I want to know who came up with the idea of 2 out of 3 falls.
Originally, all together?
No, not all together, but just who came up with the idea of making Raw and SmackDown now all 2 out of 3 falls matches. Like they like literally that's somebody who watched the network and thought this would be a good idea if we did all the matches like this. And just for the same reasoning that we just came up with. It's more than one match on the card.
Supposedly, years ago, that's how Dusty Rhodes came up with the Lockdown pay-per-view for TNA.
Oh, yeah?
Dixie was like, well, we got to do something special and everything. And Dusty was like, well, darling, what if we just do a steel cage for every match? And he was completely joking. And Dixie's like, that's the greatest idea I've ever heard.
Of course it is. Because Dixie, of course, is an idiot. Of course.
Ooh, nice DDT there by Kevin Owens.
Fantastic. And what a sell-off by Seth. Who doesn't get nearly as much credit as some people don't want to give him for the athleticism that he has. He's unbelievably talented in that way.
I'm sure in your... Paul Heyman's there. They want you to believe that Brock Lesnar might be there on a Tuesday.
They want you to believe that Paul Heyman actually watches TV standing up.
Well, that's the correct way to watch television.
Right. Yep, unless you're Kevin Nash. I'm glad they're giving Sammy more time too. I'm glad they're giving everybody here more time. This is great. I'm liking this shotgun SmackDown that they got going on now. Shotgun Raw's Shotgun SmackDown booking.
I was just saying a Shotgun Saturday Night for a minute.
I was thinking of Shotgun Saturday Night too. That's why I said it. I was like, Shotgun Saturday, Shotgun SmackDown.
You know, now that I think about it, Shotgun Saturday Night was a perfect representation of WWE logic. Even back 20 years ago when they were doing it, let's take this interesting idea for a show. We're going to do shows in nightclubs or all around New York City. Like we have in Penn Station. We have it at the ESPN Club in Times Square. All this stuff, right?
Right.
Where are we going to show it live? Not on the USA Network. No. We're going to show it on regional networks that no one can get unless they have a really good antenna.
Yep. Nothing beats me kicking myself because I can't watch Shotgun Saturday Night because I have no idea what the hell the Yes channel is, or whatever the hell it was.
It was on TV channel 55 here in New York City, which is a Long Island station, but it doesn't. Channel 55 back then did not come in, even on the best analog of television.
Right.
You need a cable.
They're literally the only people who can get it are the people who are around the area.
Right.
Are all the TV shops that are around the corner from the arena. Like Blockbuster. Fantastic.
Like if you lived in Hempstead, Long Island back then, where TV 55 broadcasts, you were able to see it crystal clear. But if you live here in Brooklyn, which is about a half hour away from Hempstead, you're lucky to see a few lines on the screen if it was coming in.
That's
I
ridiculous.
miss broadcast television.
Do they have all the Shotgun Saturday nights on the network?
No, they don't.
They need to
They-
have those.
They've never put them up.
They need to have those because those
They-
are things that nobody's ever seen.
They put up a couple of matches, like they have Triple H versus The Undertaker from Penn Station in the Amtrak corridor, right?
Right.
But they don't have the full matches or shows or anything.
The only good thing about the fact that they have Shotgun Saturday Night is that they added like half of those levels on the SmackDown versus Raw. Remember when you were able to throw the guy into the subway?
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
And then you ended up like somewhere in fucking the middle of Times Square.
It was like SmackDown versus. That's what they should do.
I know.
The hell with WWE 2K20. What they should do is put out a remastered version.
Remastered version of that. And just give me the move set of everybody that's on the roster now today.
It was fun playing with Jeff Hardy and having him do a Swanton Bomb off of WWE New York.
Off of WWE New York, yes, where he's just climbing and climbing.
He climbs up the marquee and then he climbs up to the roof.
Whoa!
I think if you correct me if I'm wrong, you were able to, wasn't there a ladder hanging from a helicopter you could jump off that?
Yeah, you could jump. There was a ladder that you climbed all the way up to the top of the marquee and everything, and then you grabbed onto the helicopter, and the helicopter would put you right over everybody, and you basically just do like a swan dive from the helicopter.
Yeah, that's right. You do.
The best one is trying to get the Big Show up there to do the swan dive. You just see him. That was the best.
Oh God, that's amazing.
We need to bring that. Needs to come back. That needs to come back. Nothing beats fucking doing a power bomb, doing a throwing power bomb, right? Like a buckle bomb. And then you do it on the subway, like the subway just came in, and you toss them into the subway, and then it closes, and they just go off somewhere else. They just go.
No, my favorite part about that level was when you're fighting in the subway. You could throw them into the train. You throw them right in. You could whip them into the train
right,
just
as they were coming in.
But if you're on the tracks, of course the train would stop on a dime, and then you'll make sure you can still fight on the tracks. Then. Not like real life, like if you were fighting on the tracks, that train's running you over.
Right. Curb stomp on Owens. Oh my goodness. There it is. See, that's what I want. I want in my next video game to do the curb stomp from the top of a helicopter, right, hovering over WWE New York. Everyone's giving an applause to this match. I'm liking that they're giving people 2 out of 3 fall wins too.
I was just thinking that it's a shame that in all the years that the WWE's been in New York, or wherever, with a subway, with a street fight like at Madison Square Garden or something, a fight has never actually made its way down to the subway.
Surprisingly enough.
I don't know if this was true, but I remember, and this is like 20 years ago at ECW, supposedly they wanted to do a street fight for one of the Hardcore Heaven shows at like Hammerstein.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I remember there was a rumor that this was online, that it was going to be New Jack versus somebody, and it was going to end up in the train station.
It was probably New Jack versus Angel.
Yeah, something like that.
When it was New Jack and the Baldies.
Yeah, it was going to be something like that. Like, and it was going to end up. They were going to have a fight, and it was going to end up in the subway station.
Yeah, but then they what was it? The transit people were like, "No, you can't fucking do that." They shut it down immediately.
It wasn't like it was going to be a live fight. I mean, they could have. There was a couple. There's plenty of old abandoned stations that you just tape in, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like they'd have to, do it during a real, like, oh, it's it's a fight at 10 o'clock at night on the subway.
No, what they were going to do was, I remember hearing about this, is they were going to have them do the fight on the platform, right?
Yeah.
They're doing the fight on the platform, and they both get onto the train.
Yeah.
Right? And it's basically a spot fest at each stop. Like, they do like 3 or 4 stops, They get off the train, they do a bunch of spots in the middle of the crowd and everything, and then they throw each other back into the train and continue on their way. And they just they do this like 4 or 5 times, and it was supposed to all end up back at the arena.
And it would have been the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah.
But,
sadly.
SmackDown's over, or Seth won.
Oh yeah, that's right. SmackDown's done. But that was a fun SmackDown, surprisingly enough. I mean, we didn't talk about it much, but
I was more interested in the idea of something that happened 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was like last night when we started talking about this match from 60 years ago.
Mm-hmm. If you're gonna play with nostalgia, you might as well go a full 9.
Yep. So far, the best wrestler of the week is Ricky Starr from 1959.
Yep. Ricky Starr, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta look up this guy. There's only a few matches of his on YouTube, but they're all worth watching.
Mm-hmm. And considering the fact that it's still Pride Month, Ricky Starr, the first implied, and I guess he actually was. I mean, from what I've been reading about him, I guess he actually was first implied homosexual who was a babyface. So this is back in the 50s, and they were cheering on a babyface to kick people's asses. So it wasn't all fucking, let's fucking put them in fucking, what is it, Stone Ridge or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I mean, he beat up a Nazi. What more could you want?
I know. You have a gay man who's being loved by everyone in the arena, beating the crap out of, and embarrassing by, prancing around the ring, a Nazi. The 1950s were amazing.
I know, the 1950s were amazing and weird. You do that match today, and people will be like losing their mind. Like, why are you calling him a Nazi? There's no reason to call him a Nazi, even though the guy was goose stepping around and doing it.
Hey, listen, he could have just been related to Bradshaw, okay?
That's entirely true.
He could have been related to Bradshaw and could have been completely fine, all right? Anyway. Again, like we said, all around good show. Fun show. I'm glad we're having this 2 out of 3 falls thing. This is as desperate as they get right now, so let's ride the wave and see where it takes us, yeah?
Well, apparently for this weekend, since ticket sales have been horrible for Stomping Grounds.
Right.
There's pictures going around of the seating charts where you can buy on, Ticketmaster or whatever.
Yeah.
Only half the building is up. They only have like the TV, the side that are on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Half the building is gonna be closed off or whatever, and the only sections that are gonna be, are people they guarantee will be on you'll be sitting on the TV side or whatever, right?
Right.
And apparently no one in the company cares about the show because it's like, it's like literally being thrown together, and then they're like, well, we gotta do something to get people to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So like within the next couple of days, they're thinking like, well, do we do something to get people to watch it, or do we just leave it as is? So,
well, they've been trying to hype it well, so
smart. Baron Corbin announces Becky Lynch is he wants Becky Lynch as the guest referee.
Absolutely. That'd be the only way that this whole thing can wrap up in a nice way. And it sets up even more stuff for Brock, and it sets up even more stuff for, Seth. And it's not, everyone thinks that, people might think it makes Seth look weak to have your girlfriend stand up to you, or stand up for you, but it really doesn't. No. And with the way that they're trying to do things with all this progressive way of thinking and everything, let's do it. You don't have to have Brock beat up Becky, but you can have Brock fucking right across the face, give her a nice cold one. And she's Irish, she could take it. So,
I mean, hell.
She took it from Nia. Why not take it from Brock?
And, this time with Brock, unlike Nia, Brock would actually, his punch wouldn't be an accident.
Exactly. He won't be an accident, and it'll be as smooth as a baby's behind, because it's Brock Lesnar. He knows how to take care of people. He's smooth. I mean, don't tell fucking Hardcore Holly that, but he's smooth. He's alright, so this is just ways of making the show better. That's all we want to do, is make the show better. But yeah.
This is so hard to, they wanted to make Becky. They got handed Becky as this top rock, this star that was like way bigger than it should have been, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time that they have a chance to do something to make her break that proverbial glass ceiling I was talking about last night, it's not the glass ceiling where it's like, oh, it's because she's a woman so she can't break that glass ceiling. No, it's the glass ceiling of the WWE doesn't want a star who becomes bigger than the company.
Right.
So Becky has had a legitimate chance to break that ceiling to become, a mainstream star or whatever, and they've already fucked it up. But they still salvage it. Like, you tell me Becky Lynch challenging Brock Lesnar wouldn't give people, eyeballs. Like, she's next week, Lesnar, I'm going to be standing right in the middle of this ring. If you have any balls whatsoever, you come out here and face me like a man.
And not even challenge Brock Lesnar. I mean, not even challenge like Brock Lesnar to a fight or anything, but just challenge Brock Lesnar to, to stand up and like explain himself. That would be even more productive, I think. Like, you wouldn't want Becky Lynch challenging Brock Lesnar to a fight, because then you have that spot where Brock Lesnar is going to have to stand over Becky Lynch. And what do? You have Becky Lynch fucking stand up to Brock, and this is where you have Brock slap the crap out of her? Or do you show Becky Lynch getting a little too big for her britches, and she officially has a beast in front of her and has to cower down a little bit? So, it's not challenging Brock, but it's just, come out here and explain yourself because you beat the shit out of my man. I like that concept that you beat up the man's man.
It's not like, where
you could have Becky slap the paint off of Brock. That'll be worth it. That'll be the pop.
See, my vision here is, Becky, calls out Lesnar. She gets that good shot in on him, and then Brock starts laughing or whatever.
Right.
And then Seth comes running down the ring, and then Seth and Brock have this huge, violent, bloody brawl and everything. That it's one thing to set another thing in motion.
Right, but that's the thing about keeping Becky on that's where you got to keep Becky on a leash. Because Becky becomes the pit bull, and you don't want Becky to be the pit bull. You want Becky to be Becky. You want to be and you want Seth to you're doing all this to get Seth over. You're not doing this to get Becky over. So, but yeah, we officially believe that it's going to be Becky Lynch as the special referee, I guess. It seems the most plausible explanation, or the most plausible person. Next to Brock Lesnar. Alright, anything else? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I don't know.
I have no idea either.
I want to whole thing about Ring of Honor, but I'm thinking I could save it.
Yeah, we can save it for tomorrow, maybe. My dog is moaning that he needs to go take a shit, so...
So I guess that's as good as time.
That's as good a reason as any to turn this off.
Alright, so join us tomorrow where we will talk about other stuff in wrestling.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of stuff going on, and with our luck, usually something happens when we decide to push things off for another day.
Mm-hmm. That's our luck. Is that the reason why we're called That's the reason why we were originally called the Podcastinators, because we would procrastinate everything we possibly can.
Oh, something's bound to happen.
Absolutely.
Well, tomorrow's a good show. Tomorrow night NXT, and UK in the afternoon. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're finding out more each passing week. We're finding out a day. We're finding 2 AEW shows coming up: Fighter Fest and then Fight for the Fallen.
Oh,
both are going to be live and free on Bleacher Report, so that's a good thing.
Thank goodness. See, they're smart. They're really smart about promoting themselves the right way. They know that they can't charge $50 a show all the time. So, then we got pay-per-view on Sunday, so I guess we're going to be doing a live stream on that too.
Oh, I didn't know. I forgot the paper. We were just talking about it, and then it hit me. Oh my!
There's a pay-per-view on Sunday.
Oh god.
Jesus. All right. Well,
It's literally how everyone in the company feels about it right now.
jeez. You want to know? You want to know something though? At least there might be some retribution to this whole Becky, or not Becky, but this whole Bailey Alexa feud that's been brewing for the past year or two.
I'm just hoping it stretches out till Extreme Rules, because I would love to see them just have a rehash of, just fucking give them a Falls Count or Street Fight or something.
Absolutely. That's all I want. But see, but then I don't want it to be the same thing as it was the last time they went to Extreme Rules, and Bailey just gets caned to death.
No, Bailey's not taking any shit anymore.
I hope not. I don't want Bailey to take any more shit. Bailey with that big plumpy ass needs to start taking some shit and beating some names. I guess that's how it goes, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the tagline of this pay-per-view.
Right. They're taking ass and beating names.
All right, huh?
That's what I want to do to Bailey. I want to take some ass and beat some names.
I would love to know if when they came up with that tagline, how Vince was like, "Oh, can we say ass?
Can we say ass?
I don't know. Is that too crass?
Are these 12-year-olds that we've catered to going to be allowed to say the word ass? Can you? That's another thing. And that's something else for another show. This is for a different show. This is a conspiracy, Monsoon. I don't think Vince is the one that's doing all of this. I think Vince wants to go 14. I think Vince wants to go fucking at least even MA. I think Vince wants to do that.
I mean, they don't have to go TV.
No, but it's not even like they don't have to, but Vince wants to. Because he's such an old man that this is the way that he thinks that wrestling should be anyway.
He realizes all those kids when they went PG 10 years ago.
Right.
All those kids now are teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, if they're looking at like Roman Reigns, or like, dude, why is this dude so lame? They see like, oh, Ricochet, he's a cool dude. Like he jumps off everything and like
he jumps off everything. He puts fingers up his butthole. He's an amazing dude.
No confirmation.
All right.
By the way, but apparently that's the thing. On Twitter and everything, it's like if women wrestlers, whatever leak, everyone's like, oh, don't, that's privacy. Don't show that. But for a lot of female fans out there, for male wrestler stuff leaks, it's like, oh my God, where's the link?
Where's the link? Show us. But that's what I'm saying is, I think Vince wants to go MA. I think Vince wants to go completely hardcore because he has a network now. Of course he wants to do what he wants to do. And he knows he can charge whatever he wants and people are still going to watch it and people are still going to buy it. And if Vince goes MA, he's going to do it on his network. I think Vince really wants to. I think that it's other people. I think it's maybe some sort of standards and practices, or maybe Linda being part of the administration still. Although she's about to be out, I guess.
Supposedly they have been PG because of the deals with Mattel and stuff.
Right. It has to be something like that keeps Vince from
like
being
Barbie never did anything extreme.
Right. But Barbie went extreme. She got pregnant, for God's sake. But I guess that's the time. I guess that's the thing for another show because it's a conspiracy, Monsoon.
I mean, how the hell is she gonna get pregnant? We all seen what Ken's got down there.
I know. They did move in a black Barbie across the street. Anyway.
Just had
Of course. All right, you could go take a shit. Give me a minute.
That's our official mascot, Mello. He's cranky. He's an old cranky old man like us.
Anyway, thanks for listening, folks. This is IWC Coast to Coast. I'm Eddie Brock here in San Francisco.
I'm Joe Davis in New York. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave us comments. We like to know that you like it, you hate it, whatever.
I don't mind. Just tell me if you could tell me what to change, I'll try to change everything we possibly can. And